All right, guys, we got a 2016 Honda Accord. If you got a Honda Accord 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, it's burning too much gas. Like this customer we have over here, he is stating, where are you stating you having the issue with this car?
So every time I drive and
You say you fill up the tank,
fill
right?
up the tank, and then next thing you know, I'm like close to empty.
You said 2 days, 3 days.
Two or 3 days.
In the 2 to 3 days, how many miles you driving? About maybe like 100?
Like about 100.
All right, so in about 100 miles, his tank goes half. He's supposed to get about 400 miles with this car. So the only tip I can give you guys that will make your fuel economy better is, I'm going to explain to you first what we're going to do here. We are going to remove this oxygen sensor. It's called the air to fuel ratio sensor. So it monitors how much is the engine through shooting out, and if it reads abnormal, that engine is not burning too much of gas, and it will cut off the gas. If it reads less, depending on the reading, it will control your gas for you. Also, at the same time, we got a sensor over here. Right here, it's called a MAF sensor, mass airflow sensor. So all the air that travels through here, it monitors and it reads, sends the signals to the computer. According to that reading, it shoots gas, so air to fuel, make sure it's proper. So both of these sensors here will get dirty over time, especially that one. Even if it catches the dirt or debris, it's gonna throw off all the reading, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this, clean it. We're gonna remove that and clean it. I'm gonna show you the spray that I'm using. Okay, so this is a spray you wanna get, and there's a part number here if you guys wanna look this up, item number. It is going to improve your fuel economy, miles per gallon. It is going to improve your horsepower, air to fuel ratio. So this does it all. It's tested. Real tests, real results. You see that? So this has been tested. I've done it in a few cars. That made a big difference. So this customer is going to drive the car. After that, he's going to come back in a week, and we will ask him what happened. All right, guys, a little bit of information. So over here, we got, this is the one he came in probably 2 days ago. He had 130,830, and now he got 935. So he drove 105 miles, and look at his fuel tank. Does it show you fuel tank there? There you go. His fuel tank was full. In 105 miles, he went down almost half. Anyways, let's see what kind of progress we get. Okay, guys, so I went and got me a Phillips head screwdriver. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this little guy right here. There's 2 little screws. So this is your MAF sensor, and let's see if I can get this off. So you don't need to go to a mechanic for something like this. Just do it yourself. Buy that spray. And what you're gonna do here is both of the screws are out. Okay, before you take out the screw, disconnect this little guy. So that's the mistake I made. So disconnect it first. What you want to do is you want to pull this up just like that. It comes straight up. So you cannot put this the wrong way. It will not fit. It only fits one way. There's a small little seal right there, so make sure that stays there. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna clean this guy. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to clean the inside of this sensor. Very simple. All you do is you take your cleaner, okay, and oh, wrong way. Spray this guy really well. Okay, try to get from every angle because the air just flows right through it. So if it's sitting like this, the air goes right through it and it comes out through the other side. Okay, let's give it a few seconds. So this thing evaporates in seconds, okay? So give it a few seconds, give it another touch. So after doing this, your car might start up a little crappy. So let's go back onto the car. We're gonna put this baby right back in there. So very simple, let's come close. You take this little guy, okay? Make sure even this is clean right here because you don't want no air escaping in there. So this guy goes right in. Sometime on a first startup after a cleanup, it might start up crappy. but just let it dry off a little while, because since it's super cold from that spray, it is gonna give a false signal, okay? And if you're checking your light come on, you're gonna have to put a scan tool and reset it. Sometime it will come on later on, but none of that is the case that I have ever come across. But if it does, don't be scared. And this guy is nice and tight. Put the connector back in, it should click. Bada bing, bada boom. It's all done. We're gonna move on to the next sensor. Now we're gonna take out this oxygen sensor. So to take out this oxygen sensor, you push this retainer right here, and this whole thing will come off. And after that, you squeeze this tab and you will disconnect the sensor, okay? So we got an oxygen sensor socket here. This is 7x8. We got a long ratchet, 3/8 drive. So this thing scoops right through this wire so we don't damage anything. We're gonna go counterclockwise, okay? And make sure it's not hot. You don't burn yourself. Let the car cool off for a little while. And this sensor comes right off. And now we're gonna clean it. Okay, so first we wanna clean the sensor. Just try to get all the chemicals off the edge of this sensor here. Don't worry, you're not gonna damage anything. I've done so many of these. So what we're gonna do is just clean the heck out of it. But really what matters is the stuff that's gonna come out from the inside, okay? It will only take you a few seconds to do this, okay? But you need to give it a few tries. So once you brush it down a bit, you take the same spray. You could get a, yeah, this spray works pretty good on these. And we're gonna clean this. All the black stuff is coming from in there. I can see it as this drops. And if this doesn't work out for you, just replace the sensor. That'd be your last option. But cleaning it often does help. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give it a little while, and we're gonna come back in about 10 minutes and give it another touch. Okay, we're back, and I give it a more brushing. So I'm gonna clean the heck out of it. Do it about 2 to 3 times. My fluid here is coming out clear now, and I think it should be good enough. And that's it. I'm gonna let it dry, and we're gonna come back. We're gonna put some NECs and throw it back into the car. Okay, so we're done, and I am gonna take a little bit of this NECs. We're gonna put this all around the threads, and this is gonna prevent lockup on this sensor. Will come out easy the next time. So that's it. You only want to get a little bit on the thread, and we're gonna go just like this onto the vehicle. You take this little guy, and you stick this back on. And we're gonna tighten this. If you got a torque wrench, do about 32 foot-pounds, but I usually go by hand. Bada bing, bada boom. This is all done, and don't forget to connect this little guy and stick this guy right into the spot where it belongs. That's it. We're all done. Thanks to this spray, everything works out like a magic. So we're gonna let the customer drive off. I'll come back in about a week.